Guard, and this is, I mean, we spoke about it earlier with the embassy shredder, and one of those things, unfortunately, in this day and age, is that security, when it comes to identity, on a regular basis, by the minute, is being stolen here in the US.
It's true. You know, there's us, right? There's our physical selves, and then there's our digital selves. And when you think about how much information is out in the digital world about you, whether it is bank account numbers, social security numbers, whether it is just general information that you would like to keep private. If you go to a doctor's office, if you go to a bank, if you go shopping of any, sort, your information is exposed. And we're hearing about these security breaches in a lot of different companies. We're hearing about so many things that are happening where people's identities are being stolen and their financial information is being stolen. And it's almost shocking in this day and age what it takes then to recover and sort of put your life back together after you've had a breach like that. So what this product is going to do for you with Identity Guard, I think, is really kind of redefine and give you a sense of security that you may have never had before when it comes to protecting your private and personal information, because they're going to monitor your information, they're going to send alerts to you, and they're going to help you when it comes to recovery. They're going to help you with the steps along the way, and it's going to give you peace of mind like probably nothing you've ever seen before. Because here's the thing, 17.6 million Americans were victims of identity theft.
Say that again.
In 2014, 17.6 million people.
Last year alone.
Think about that. It's stunning, right? When you think about the last reported year, 2014, of those statistics.
Wow.
Millions, and a matter of fact, women even more than men. And when I started to investigate that statistic, I think it's because women are shopping online a little bit more. They're, in general, a lot of decision makers around the house, so they have even more exposure. We'll talk more in a little bit about children and what happens with their social security numbers as they sort of sit in limbo for years and years until you actually need to use them. So what's happening right now is there really is, in epidemic proportions, these breaches of security that are happening. As a matter of fact, according to the FTC, the last 15 years in a row, the #1 complaint for what's happening as far as complaints is identity theft. Think about it, the last 15 years in a row. So when you think about where your information is and where it's being exposed, now those security warnings are sort of swirling all around us. What are you doing to protect yourself? What's great about this product is that Identity Guard can literally give you a monitoring service so that they are tracking your information, if you will, in real time, keeping up with where your exposures are, and then not only finding problems and looking at the black market on the internet, looking at where information is bought and sold, but also then alerting you, not only telling you there's a problem, but also then alerting you about it. You can choose to have that done via text, phone, or email, and then sort of holding your hand. You can talk with highly trained professionals that are there with the Identity Guard company, and they are going to help walk you through the process of recovery. And if this has ever happened to you, we hear it time and time again, not only the financial headache, but the emotional headache, the stressful headache. Now you have a solution unlike anything we've ever seen before. 24 hours a day, 7 days a week, all throughout the year, your identity is being monitored. That's what you're investing in right now. And if you're buying the family pack, that's 2 adults and up to 15 children. Yeah, that's
in the one household. That's 17 people in the one household are covered for this one tiny price. In fact, I did the sums. On one person alone at the $99, it's something like 27 cents. 27 cents a day for that peace of mind. Now, we're talking about monitoring, making sure your social security card, the information that you have out there, is not being used inappropriately. 17 million. In fact, the last time they did the statistics, 17 million identities were stolen in the US in 1 year alone. I did some sums. That's 480 people every 15 minutes.
Wow.
480 people every 15 minutes. So through the course of this presentation, or in fact every minute, we're talking about something like 32 people every single minute, those identities being stolen. And you know what? You're sleeping soundly for your entire family, 2 adults and up to 15 children in the one household can be covered for the course of a year with that one payment.
And it's so easy. Literally, we send this out to you. You're going to have then a very simple setup. What happens is basically there's a little code on the back that you'll go to the website, do a one-time setup, and then you've got peace of mind after that. From there, they are going to literally give you the peace of mind that you need, because Identity Guard is now there to help protect you, so that now as that information is swirling around on the internet, as that information is out and about, they are searching it, they are sort of scrubbing, if you will, the numbers that are out there and doing that identity monitoring for you, so that when it comes to your banking institution, it comes to your online documents, it comes to your credit cards and your CVV numbers and your cell phone. When you think about the mobile security issues that abound, it really is astounding. When you think about now having a solution from a company that is literally 20 years in the business of helping you take care of personal identity problems, they are coming to you from the largest group of companies to take care of issues such as this. So what's great about Identity Guard is that they have the credibility, they have the history, they have the partnerships, and they're able to really help you protect yourself. Because when you think about what happens in the digital world, you think, oh, well, that's not going to happen to me, until it does. And then when you think about even with your children, it was astounding, this book I read recently that talks about when I had my daughter Victoria almost 8 years ago now, at the hospital, we're assigned her Social Security number. Well, a lot of times with children, what happens is that then that Social Security number sort of lays dormant. I'm not, usually doing anything with it until she goes to get her first job. And now we're hearing that time and time again that sort of time period between when it's assigned and when it's actually used, when people go to use it, they're astounded that there's a history associated with it, that there might be, something where there was a breach of security, but you don't know it because you're not having it monitored and you're not having it tracked. This is going to give you that peace of mind for your children, for yourself. If you use a credit card, you need to have this. If you just go to a doctor's office and you have filled out information, to a dentist's office, it's not like they're purposely trying to expose you. It just could happen to anyone at any time. So with the victim assistance portion of what you're going to have here, Identity Guard, once they find that breach, they're going to literally walk you through the process. Because what happens is that suddenly you're shocked, thinking, what do I do now? Right. Where do I even begin? And now they literally will help you get to the right sources, get the right information where it needs to go, so that now all of those records become clean, they become straight. If you want to be able to have that peace of mind, that's what Identity Guard is all about. It's helping you now have that peace of mind to realize that you don't have to worry about shopping online. You don't have to worry about where your information might be exposed, because as you said, 24 hours a day, 7 days a week, they're out there scouring, looking for anything that seems suspect, anything that seems fraudulent, so that they can alert you and then help you with the recovery.
If you think about it, the statistics we've already shared with you in the past 3 minutes that we've just been chatting to you, over 90 identities have just been stolen, approximately, according to the statistics of 17 million per year. And I worked out about 32 per minute.
Wow.
That's pretty scary stuff. Mm-hmm. It's very early in the morning. You're heading off to work. You don't know what that information superhighway that's out there, that internet that's going on. This company is watching that every single second, because you've registered, your spouse is registered, and up to 15 children. If you're using the family pack, you don't have to get the family pack. It could be just yourself. For less than $70, you've got that reassurance, you've got that peace of mind. Because in this day and age, it's unfortunate, but that's just the way it is that these people are preying on the people, on that information. They do say that over 50% of the people who have their identity stolen are in fact female. Yeah. And it's one of those things where you want that peace of mind to know that you've got that there for less than 27 cents a day for your entire family. You're having everything checked, because as you said, Lee, with the children, with their Social Security, You don't know. You
generally don't
you
really.
You don't check it until later on down the track, and then that credit score, everything's gone.
It's true. Or it could be it's just somehow influenced in a way that you know, usually you think there's not going to be an account opened unless you opened it yourself, right? Unless you were aware of it. But I mean, even to open up the conversation larger, you were talking about the shredder earlier, because you have physical papers that have physical numbers, right? That you want to shred and get rid of and sort of then hide from any suspects that, you know, might be looking for it. You have video cameras that are monitoring your home so you can see things that are out there. The world of the internet and the world of online digital technology is every bit as real as the physical paper that you run through that shredder. That digital world is every bit as real as those video monitors that are watching the suspects that might try to come into your home or have a breach. And the world of the internet, though, what happens is that it becomes sort of impersonal, because as this information is out there and you are just a credit card number to somebody who might be wanting to steal it, they don't there's not sort of that personal remorse, you know. There's a black market of information that is bought and sold, and it's groups of numbers, and it's here and it's there, and there's chat rooms, and there's all kinds of you know, types of activities. What's great about Identity Guard is that they're going to monitor those activities. They're going to give you a security warning if you need to have one, and then they're going to help you with the solution. So what's great about this is that now all you have to do is take this little card. You're going to get home the security document. They're going to walk you through exactly what the setup process. You answer a few little questions. They're going to also give you, I love this, the ID Vault, which is going to hold up to 37,000 pages of information, 6,200 PDF documents, 1,200 photos, videos. Wow. Everything that you need for security, you can lock onto here and then use that security monitoring with Identity Guard to give yourself peace of mind.
There you go. For the first time ever here at HSN, we've had this offer, so take full advantage of it. Thank you so much, Leah. There's an amazing product for you to be able to have that peace